Hey, how's it going? Hope it's going well on your challenge. I have a few things to share with you today. One of the things being meditation. I got a comment on a video. Mark, if you're watching, you were asking for some tips on meditation. So I'm going to share with you some of my ideas regarding meditation in this video. But first though, I wanted to share something with you also. A realization that I had this week regarding information, and there's a lot of information out there, and that's a good thing. But what you got to watch out for is taking on too many different perspectives, taking on too much advice. Now, yes, it's a good thing to get different perspectives, but when it comes to making up your mind on something, when you've made up your mind as to what resonates with you, and you're very clear on that, there comes a point where you've got to take that and you've got to run with it, because if you're having too much input, it can lead you to question your own conviction. And part of maturity is taking responsibility and knowing what resonates and what works for you and taking it and running with it. Now I'm going to use a proverb to demonstrate why this is so important. And it's the story of a father and a son, and they're going on a journey with this donkey. So they're walking with this donkey. And they reach a town, and the people of the town say, "What are you guys doing? One of you get on the donkey's back. You know, you're both getting tired. What's the point in having a donkey if you're not using it?" So they think, yeah, you're right. So the son gets on the donkey's back and they carry on about their business. They reach another town, and the people of that town say, "What kind of a son are you? Letting your dad walk when you're on the donkey's back?" And the son's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." So the son gets off and the dad gets on the donkey's back. So they carry on about the business, and they reach another town, and the people of that town say, "What kind of a father are you? Letting your son walk beside you?" And the father's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." So the father gets off, the son gets on the donkey's back. So, no, actually the father just gets off. I knew I'd get this proverb wrong. The father gets off, and so they get to the next town, and they arrive at the next town, and they're carrying the donkey. So if you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. And what you can also get from that is when you try and take everybody's advice, you end up just going about it the wrong way. So, excuse my French, but there's a lot of people out there on the internet, especially what you'll find on the internet. And thank goodness for the internet. A lot of great information is out there, but you've got to be careful, because there's a lot of people on there talking shit, and you need to be mindful of that. You'll reach a point of knowingness within yourself, and you'll take what resonates from people and you'll drop the rest. You'll start saying, "That's BS." And it's what resonates for you. Calling out someone else's BS, it doesn't mean that that can't work, that approach can't work, but that's what is right for them, maybe not you. The ultimate truth is all truths are true. So that's the realization I came to, and now there's a lot of peace now. I'm not constantly feeling like I need to listen to that podcast, otherwise I'm missing out. Maybe I'll miss out on a vital piece of information. I know what I need to do, and this is the case as well, is often we know what to do. We want to somehow step over the applying phase. There comes a point where we just have to apply it. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Meditation. Just going to take a drink of water. Okay, so meditation. There's different approaches. The approaches that I'm aware of are Qigong and Tai Chi, and that's where you're moving as you breathe, breathing in, breathing out. There's candle focus and there's seated meditation, and those are the three major types of most common types of meditation. What I recommend you do if you struggle to quieten the mind is to begin with Qigong or Tai Chi. Preferably find a Tai Chi or Qigong class in your area. That's the best thing to do. And then go to the class and do your utmost best to practice daily. Practicing for 5 minutes daily is a whole lot better than doing half an hour one day and then not doing it for 3 or 4 days. Now, the great thing about Qigong and Tai Chi is you're moving, it's very dynamic. There's movement involved and it's gonna keep you interested. And so the whole idea is to become calm, and you're focusing on the breath and the gentleness of the movement. And what you'll find is you will begin to take deep breaths throughout your day. The practice of the Qigong and the Tai Chi will begin to show up throughout your day, and when you're taking deep breaths, there's a calmness that comes with it and a clarity that comes with it. You'll make clear choices. You won't have a scatter brain. If you're a footballer, you'll become a better footballer. If you're a teacher, you'll become a better teacher. You'll become a better lover, a better brother, father. There's a sensitivity that comes with what you do. And another good example of this is through lovemaking. When you're with your partner, there's a sensitivity that when you're aware and present, you will find. And it's the sensitivity of touch and intimacy with your partner. And when you're aware, present, and you're breathing, your mind is calm and you're relaxed, you'll be able to receive and give pleasure in a way that it's something that you don't have access to when you carry intention. When you carry intention in your stomach, and I spoke of this a little last weekend, when you carry intention in your groin. A lot of us, when we aren't spending time to relax, we'll be carrying tension that we're not aware of. So this is something to get excited about. And so when you can get excited about the fruits of your labor, because it's, make no doubt about it, it's going to be a labor, but we want it to be a labor of love. Because remember, you're going to have to get the benefit, you're going to have to do this every day. So we're going to need to be excited about it so that we can follow through. Once the novelty has worn off, there may come a little bit of a sticking point that you're going to have to blast through to get to the other side. And getting to the other side is ultimately possible. We can do this. So, getting a bit chilly. So the other form of meditation is candle focus. And candle focus is another great way to get an immediate, well, not quite immediate, but you can get an experience, you can have an experience from candle focus pretty quickly. Now, rather than me go into detail regarding candle focus, I'll just leave some links to videos I did regarding how to get going with that. But just briefly, what you're going to do is you're going to focus on the flame, and typically what will happen is thoughts will come through. Thoughts of what you did that day, thoughts of what somebody said to you and how much of an idiot they are. You know, there will be, ego will be there. And what you do is you just bring it back to the flame and you focus on the flame. And what will happen is it will just be the flame. And it may take a day, it may take a week, it may take 3 weeks, but if you keep up the practice, it will just be the flame. There'll be no time and space and ego chatter. You'll be very clear, and it's similar, I guess, to the film Limitless. You know that film where the guy takes that pill and he just has this clarity and all of a sudden there's like this yellow light to depict this moment of clarity. It'll be similar to that. So seated meditation is a challenge, and I would suggest that if you find meditation a challenge anyhow, start with Qigong. Yoga can only help, but then yoga helps everything, in my opinion, specifically in lovemaking with your partner, because it brings you into not just lovemaking, just interactions in general, and not necessarily romantic interactions, just interactions in general. And here's the thing about that. Using these tools, you will realize that it's a miracle just that you're cognizant of anything, just that you're even conscious of anything is a miracle in itself. And I don't mean that just as an idea. It will be, you'll have a visceral experience of it, because you'll be vital. You'll be vital because these nourishing deep breaths are going to feel so good, and it's a natural so good. And this whole path of health, you'll be drinking water and you'll be like so grateful that you're able to drink clean water. You're gonna really feel everything, and you'll be taking your time. You'll be chewing your food, you'll be so grateful for the food. You'll be consuming more of the foods that you know nourish you. Your stomach's gonna feel better, you'll feel more relaxed in your stomach. And so you'll get enjoyment out of standing. Maybe you're taking a break. Maybe you've been at your desk. You're on your challenge, remember? Remember, you've written down what it is you want and what it is you believe you need to do on a daily basis to bring about that. Maybe you've been doing some work at your desk and you take a break for 5 minutes and you're looking out the window and you're watching the trees swaying. And there'll be a well-being. You'll start to realize what people mean by well-being. And you see, finding that sweet spot, there's a sweet spot And the sweet spot is, it doesn't matter if you find that lover. It doesn't matter if you never encounter that ideal partner in your lifetime. It doesn't matter if you never accumulate the abundance you imagine and dream about. It doesn't matter if you never accumulate those finances in your lifetime, because you'll know in that sweet spot, you know that you're infinite. You know that you exist and you'll always exist, and that you have always existed. You won't know how you know it, but there you are. You will find yourself in the moment, and all you have to do is play your part and do your best. That's the only question you have to ask yourself. Did I do my best? And if you did your best, move on. If you didn't do your best, ask yourself why, learn from it and move on. Okay, so I ran out of video and I totally lost what I'd managed to zero in on there. So I hope you got something from that video. I'm gonna leave it there. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. And if I think I can share something that I think will be of value, I will do. Hope you got something out of this. Good luck on your challenge. Remember, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I took a bit of a break this weekend, but that's the good thing about this. When you apply yourself and you take a break, it's not even like you're going off the rails anymore. You're just taking a bit of a break, and you have the right relationship to the things that you used to overindulge in. You have a healthy relationship with those things too. Yeah, you might have some chocolates. You might have a cheeseburger. Who knows? You'll have a healthy relationship with it and it will be okay. I like to rein it in Monday to Friday. I like to rein it in Monday to Friday, and I go without those indulgences and I apply myself. So we'll be okay. We don't know a hard life like our ancestors did. Let's be honest now. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We just need to play our part. It's like the Bob Marley track. Things will be mighty better when we get it together. So let's just get it together. Let's do it. Catch you later. Peace.